It was Mic Drop that first caught my attention 3 years ago. Who are these new guys seemingly coming out of nowhere? Then, release after release, it seemed like there was a clear indication they weren't going anywhere. I was 17 when I first listened to BTS and entered this new space of music I haven't heard. Genre blending and cohesive bodies of work being put out in a completely different language? Sign me up. I bet a lot of fans and armies have the same story as mine. The group has caught people's attention through music, videos, and simply performances, and kept their attention with their message. At an old Golden Disc Awards, RM said 2019 will be BTS's year once again. And I had the feeling that this statement would carry for years until the group decides to hang their hats up. It was like an indirect, but somewhat direct message that BTS's reign just won't let up, no matter what they go through. And they carried that energy into their first comeback of the year, Map of the Soul 7. In January, BTS started off the year with Black Swan, a song about reflecting on your love for something you do and falling in and out of love with it. If this can no longer hold, my heart will stop beating. Then, like this, may be how I die my first death. But what if the moment's right now? The song towards the end has a feeling of pushing through it and finding the love for music again in Suga and J-Hope's verses. It felt like a very vulnerable song coming from BTS, a group at the top of their game and being successful worldwide, but still having the fear of the music not making them move anymore. Then the album came out, Map of the Soul 7, featuring songs from last year's EP and new ones. Even if I fall, I come right back up, scream. That's how we've always been. Even if my knees drop to the ground, as long as they don't get buried, it won't matter. The title track On amplifies the mindset that BTS has had their entire career. Not caring what people say about you, getting back up after being kicked down. BTS will always go on. The album takes you through a journey of happiness, sadness, and content. Obviously, there are songs directed towards the fans, but overall, the project was BTS putting their best foot forward and expressing their vulnerability. The coming months would be hard. Tour was canceled, other fan events canceled, everything went virtual. This accessibility into how BTS feel would translate throughout the next few months with the world on pause and everyone at home. A little happiness in a time of not knowing the future is what fans and some people needed. The disco pop instrumental gave me a new surge of energy that I needed after all those months inside the house. I danced around my room, I sang it, I hummed it when I was making breakfast in the morning. This was a song I needed to make me feel better. Yes, we're all going through a rough time right now, not knowing what will happen, but it's important to remember you deserve to smile, laugh, and have fun no matter what. This song brought BTS their first number one, and it was number one 3 times, and it got a Grammy nomination. As an ARMY, I felt very proud of BTS, but also wishing they got more nominations, but they cannot single-handedly change the ignorant, slow institution that is the Grammy Academy. Nevertheless, BTS got to reach the ears of millions of people around the world, spreading a message of positivity in a time of darkness and uncertainty. I'm glad more people got to hear their music and listen to their discography. BTS would continue this theme into their album release in November. The second single, Life Goes On, tells a story of living through these times and knowing that no matter what, days will continue to go on and we have to heal and face the new normality. The rollout of this release was supervised and self-directed by the members of BTS. You could feel that with their YouTube lives they did in their studios working on music, the posts and teasers on their social media accounts, the packaging of the album itself and the songs. I will talk about this album more in depth in my review, but to sum it up here, it felt like BTS gave me a hug and hosted a dance party in my room towards the end of the project. Also, I feel like this was the perfect release after the success of Dynamite, showing the public and new fans that BTS are album artists first and care very much about releasing music they are confident in. BTS are going in a new direction that shows no decline anytime soon. Ever since 2015, their first music show win, their first grand prize win, their first Western Awards show win, their first stadium tour, and their first number one and Grammy nomination, BTS have showed that they can take over the world while remaining humble and valuing each other. The bond BTS have between themselves and their craft is something that seems to be unbreakable. I hope for them to succeed even more in 2021 and all the years after.